Right now, I want to introduce the president of the Thoroughbred Owners and Breeders Association, better known by the acronym of TOBA. He handled the licensing and marketing for the Breeders' Cup for a number of years, where I first got to know him. He's also the president of Kaywood Ledford Productions. You Kentuckians know him as the voice of the Wildcats. I remember him as a pretty good race caller. He used to call it Kentucky Derby. But here's a pretty good guy, Dan Metzger.
Thank you, Tom.
All right, brother, have a seat. And Dan, along with our next presenter, Gary Falter, are largely responsible for this very innovative conference that we've had here for the past day and a half. Right now, I want to introduce the very innovative Vice President of Operations of OwnerView for the Jockey Club, Gary Falter. He's going to tell you that if you're digitally inclined, you're going to enjoy his presentation called, Yes, This Game Comes with Instructions.
All right, thank you, Tom, thank you. Good morning, everybody. Wow, what a conference we've had for the last day and a half. You know, we've had some great panels, great speakers, some just marvelous presentations. And this is the final panel for the conference. When we're through, Mr. Phipps, our chairman, will give the closing remarks. But Dan and I are going to spend the next 40 minutes going over some important information resources that are available to all you thoroughbred owners. Many owners have told us that when they started off as a new owner, it was like a board game that had no instructions. Many owners had to learn by using the dreaded method of trial by error and school of hard knocks. Some just simply gave up because it was too frustrating and costly to learn by these techniques. But I'm here to tell you that those days are over. And when we're done, I believe that you'll have the answer to this question in the next 40 minutes, and confident that you'll answer this in a positive way. Now, on your iPads, and you don't have to follow this because Dan and I are going to go through this rather quick, there are a number of icons that we preloaded on your iPads that you received. And so we're going to discuss many of these topics, and in your conference magazine, we also cover these very same topics. And we're going to start off talking about Equibase. Equibase is the industry website nearly everybody is familiar with. You can get entries, results, past performances, workouts on nearly any thoroughbred. Equibase is the official statistical database for the thoroughbred industry. And although we don't have time to cover every aspect of Equibase, I would like to cover a couple important features of Equibase that thoroughbred owners would find very useful. And we're going to start off with Equibase Stat Central. This is the Equibase home screen that you can see up on the screen behind me. And in the upper right-hand corner, there's a block where you can enter the name of any registered thoroughbred at least 2 years old that's had at least one workout. And I'm going to show you, we're going to look at Tonalist, the Belmont winner. And when you enter Tonalist into this field, it brings back a screen that has a profile about Tonalist. And what I'd like to show you on this page is at the bottom of the screen where it has the results link. If you click on the results link, it brings back a screen that shows the lifetime starts or charts for Tonalist. And there's drill down capabilities here where you can drill down and get more information. For example, when Tonalist won the Belmont, there's a link there for the chart. And when you click on the chart, there's a chart from Equibase that we're all familiar with. So what horses can you do this on? Any horse. And the cost is free. It's no cost to you. So any thoroughbred in training that you want to look up, their lifetime charts, you have it there available in front of you on equibase.com. Another feature I'd like to point out on Equibase is virtual stable. If you're following a horse for any reason and you want to keep track of that horse, you can add that horse to your virtual stable. And many horse owners do this on a regular basis. There's no cost to that. And if you add that horse to your virtual stable, you'll be notified of entries, results, and workouts for that horse. Great feature, also a free service from Equibase. Next, I would like to cover equine line. Equine Line is a service that was developed by the Jockey Club Information Systems, and there are products and services for owners, breeders, farms, agents, trainers, just about anybody involved in the thoroughbred industry. These products range from free services to one-off products to subscription services. Well, I'd like to show you a few of the popular services on Equine Line, and we'll start off with the 5-generation pedigree. So with Equine Line, you can go to that website at any time, enter the name of a horse, and here's Tonalist, and you can view the 5-generation pedigree for this horse. The top side is the sire line, the bottom part of this is the mare line. Here with Tonalist, it shows a little bit of inbreeding, Mr. Prospector 4x5 on the top side, and looks like a little bit of Northern Dancer, so not a whole lot of inbreeding. How many horses can you do this on? Well, you can do it as many as you'd like. Any thoroughbred, any registered thoroughbred, or hypothetical mating. So maybe you want to match up your mare with a certain stallion, you can do that on this site, and the cost is free. So great popular service on Equine Line. Also, we've circled, there's a link there for complete auction results. You can also look at the auction history for any thoroughbred to see if a horse is sold at public auction. And the horse Tonalist, he was offered twice. He was RNA'd once for $195,000, and then he was also an out here at the Keeneland November sale. So if you'd like to follow a horse and how it's done on the racetrack, you've got Equibase to look up the charts. If you want to look at the 5-cross pedigree, we have that on Equine Line, and if you want to look at the auction history, it's all right here. Another great service on Equine Line is the My Portfolio service. Just like any investment you may have, whether it's stocks or mutual funds or real estate, you can also have a portfolio of your horses. And so this is a list of horses that are in this portfolio. You can have brood mares and stallions and foals and horses in training. And I've circled Wise Dan here at the bottom, and if you had a portfolio of yourself and you clicked on the horse's name, it brings back his lifetime starts, past performance race record. So with the portfolio service, it's not a free service, but it's a great service. $2.49 per month per horse to have it in your portfolio. It's about $30 a year. And in an industry with day rates that range anywhere from $80 to $100 a day, this is a value to have this kind of information available to you for less than $30 a year. So Wise Dan, I've got his lifetime starts in front of me. You can also have links to the charts and also to the video replays. You can also look at the catalog style pedigree. If you download a pedigree for the horse you have in your portfolio one time, you can review it anytime you'd like, as long as you have internet access, and update it for free 4 times a year. Okay, we're going to change gears now. Dan's going to come up and talk about blood horse and TOBA, and then I'm going to wrap things up and give you a detailed presentation about owner view. So Dan?
Thank you, Gary. Good morning. Our next topic to review is the blood horse. As a subsidiary of the Thoroughbred Owners and Breeders Association, Blood Horse Publications exist solely for the good and for the benefit of the entire thoroughbred racing industry. The Blood Horse is the flagship publication in the industry. It is a weekly print magazine. Should I get the right button here?
There you go.
There we go. It's a weekly print magazine, and since its founding in 1916, yes, that's 100 years, and 2 more years will be celebrating their 100th birthday or anniversary, the publication has informed and educated thoroughbred horsemen, professionals, and fans about events, trends, and issues affecting the industry. Its coverage ranges from reporting profiles on industry personalities to pedigrees to farm management, from medication issues to simulcasting and economic issues, and anything in between that is newsworthy. The Owner View Conference program that you have contains several personality profiles that were originally appeared in the pages of the Blood Horse. Bloodhorse.com, which is on the screen now, is the essential destination for thoroughbred industry leaders and followers, and delivers comprehensive breaking news, in-depth analysis, race details, auction data and reports, up-to-the-minute headlines, stallion statistics, breeding news, special reports, editorial blogs, original video programming, and feature stories covering all aspects of the thoroughbred industry. Hands down, bloodhorse.com is the one-stop online authority for everything industry professionals want to know about thoroughbred racing. The Bloodhorse Stallion Register and the stallionregister.com are the thoroughbred industry's oldest, largest, and only nationally distributed stallion reference. This substantial reference provides broodmare owners with concise statistical information on confirmation photos of commercial thoroughbred stallions standing at stud. StallionRegister.com is the only online resource providing real-time updates from the Jockey Club databases and is integrated with the mating tool product, TrueNix. Whether you're looking for racing news, auction results, or making breeding decisions, the Blood Horse is a very valuable resource for you at your fingertips. Now, if I can speak just for a few minutes about the Thoroughbred Owners and Breeders Association, TOBA, which is a national organization made up of thoroughbred owners and breeders. TOBA was formed in 1961, but our roots go back nearly 100 years through our predecessor organizations. We're based here in Lexington. We strive to be the advocate on behalf of owners and breeders on issues facing the sport, especially in the areas of economics and integrity issues facing the owners. Our mission statement, as our Chairman Pete Wilmot mentioned it in his opening remarks earlier today, TOBA's mission is to improve the economics, the integrity, and the pleasure of the sport on behalf of thoroughbred owners and breeders. Our programs include, and I have to remember to do this button. Our programs include the American Graded Stakes. TOBA founded the American Graded Stakes system 40 years ago, and it's been a mainstay in the racing and breeding industry ever since. We have a committee of 11 individuals, 6 members of TOBA, which are owners and breeders, 5 racing officials, and they'll meet in early December to assign the grades for 400-odd some graded stakes races in the United States. And we also assign listed status, and that's been in recent years for all listed stakes races. We take this responsibility at TOBA very seriously to both the breeding industry, because the graded stakes system was designed and developed initially, it really still is the core for the breeding and the sales industry, but we also have a serious obligation to the racing industry as well. TOBA also manages the Claiming Crown. We started that in 1999, and which we'll be coming up on our 15th running this year at Gulfstream Park. It'll be on December the 6th. We'll have 8 races for $1 million in total purses. And we want to thank our friends at the Stronach Group for their support of the Claiming Crown. It's been a wonderful partnership, and we look forward to more years together at Gulfstream Park. One of the great tools that you can learn as a thoroughbred owner and great resource is the TOBA New Owner Seminars and our confirmation and pedigree and breeding clinics. These are incredible opportunities to learn more about the sport for many of the industry's leading professionals. We call them professors for the week when they come in. We have classroom settings that we will be in a classroom setting so we can learn more about different pedigree theories, accounting aspects, things from the legal standpoint. But then we host these clinics, what we've always considered some of the greatest classroom settings in the world. At racetracks, we've had our new owner seminars this year in settings such as Keeneland. We've had them in Saratoga, Gulfstream Park, and Arlington Park. You get out there in the backstretch in the morning, you get around the horses, you have live demonstrations where you have experts doing live evaluations on these racehorses or these broodmares. We also have these, for those just thinking about getting into the industry, or for many people who are already in the industry, our breeding clinics and our pedigree and confirmation clinics are fantastic, and they're at many of our world-class thoroughbred farms, and we've hosted those both here in Central Kentucky and in Ocala, Florida. Our next clinic is actually this weekend. It's a pedigree and confirmation clinic where on Saturday and Sunday we'll cover the ideal confirmation of the racehorse, confirmation faults, pedigree theories, and planning your matings. TOBA also co-manages ownerview.com, which Gary has been the lieutenant and the captain for it, and Gary's going to provide more details on that in just a few minutes. About 10 years ago, we put together the Sales Integrity Program, and the mission of the Sales Integrity Program is to maintain the highest levels of integrity in the horse sales for both buyers and for sellers, while ensuring a competitive, fair, and vibrant marketplace for the benefit of the entire industry. TOBA also provides international representation for U.S. owners and breeders on the International Grading and Race Planning Committee, the International Catalog and Standards Committee, and the International Breeders Federation. The Thoroughbred Charities of America, TCA, is the charitable arm of TOBA. As we mentioned earlier, TOBA is the owner of the blood horse, and every member of TOBA receives the blood horse as a member benefit. TOBA is also represented as a founding member on the board of directors for both the Racing Medication and Testing Consortium. That's an issue that we take very seriously, and we put a lot of resources and money into the RMTC, and it's been one of the great success stories we believe in horse racing, as well as into the NTRA, as we're founding members of both. TOBA has always been and will continue to be a resource for its members. Our members are the foundation of our organization. Without the members' support, we would not be in existence. We will also continue to be a tireless advocate on behalf of all owners and breeders throughout America. Gary's now going to discuss ownerview.com, which is a partnership between TOBA and the Jockey Club. Thank you.
Okay, as Dan said, now we're going to talk about my favorite subject, ownerview.com. And why is it my favorite subject? Where I spend my time every day. I'm working on different things with Ownerview, this conference, and future conferences. So we're going to spend the next 20 minutes reviewing ownerview.com. It was built for thoroughbred owners. I'm going to go through a lot of screens, and I'm going to get through them fairly quick. If you remember one thing, just remember ownerview.com, because it was built for thoroughbred owners, and everything I'm going to show you is free on the website. We launched the website in May of 2012. Excuse me. Since then, we've had over 250,000 visits to Ownerview and 1 million page views. There's the website, the homepage. And this is some of the feedback we've received from owners about Ownerview. Sorely needed to protect the all-important investors in our business. Excellent information, always needed for horse people. What a great program that you are running for both current and new owners. And my personal favorite, I love this site. But I have to tell you, in the spirit of full disclosure, I have asked my wife and daughters to no longer send those comments in. But honestly, since we launched the website, this is the kind of feedback we've received unsolicited from you owners. So I'm going to put my notes away, and now we're going to talk about the website and what's available on this website. You can view detailed statistics on any active trainer in North America. So I have a page here for Graham Motion, detailed statistics for Graham Motion. But you know, when you look up information on a trainer, it's not just about the stats. The stats are important, and we have all that, and it's updated every night. And just to let you know, there's over 6,000 licensed trainers in North America, so that's the limit of how many trainers you can research on Ownerview. We've asked many trainers in North America to put up their profiles. This is like a mini website. Most trainers don't have websites. I'd say maybe 10%, 15% tops. But this is a page where you as an owner can find something out more about the trainer, how to contact the trainer, either an email address or a phone number, a little bit of bio information about the trainer, where this person trains. So, and we've asked the trainers, keep this updated, keep it fresh, so owners will learn and know more about you. We also have the top 10 horses in the past 12 months and since 1991 for every trainer listed on Ownerview. So here on Graham Motion's page, the top, it starts with Main Sequence, Ring Weekend. At the bottom, there's Animal Kingdom, Better Talk Now. We have some drill down capabilities where you can look at the 5-generation pedigree on any of these horses or the lifetime charts that I just showed you from Equibase. We also have racing syndicates on ownerview.com. When we first launched Ownerview, we thought we knew how many racing syndicates were out there. Boy, were we ever fooled. We launched with about 20 racing syndicates listed. There's over 50 racing syndicates that are now loaded on OwnerView. Many of them have contacted us to be loaded on OwnerView, and you can go there and do your research on any of these organizations. Prior to OwnerView, I don't know where one would have turned to find out what racing syndicates were available. We had a difficult time ourselves. But with Racing Syndicates, the landing page has some detailed statistics. And every one of these syndicates have a profile page. They're all about marketing and promoting their services. Here's West Point Thoroughbreds with some detailed statistics that you'll find on West Point, and a profile. So how can you contact somebody with this racing syndicate, some bio information, and so on. So you'll start to see a pattern here with OwnerView. We'll have some statistics, and then we'll have a profile about the organization or the person that gives you a little bit more information about who they are. Racetracks. We have nearly every racetrack in North America on OwnerView. So if you're going to own a racehorse, obviously you're going to have interaction with racetracks. And we have these racetracks sorted by their daily purse distribution. So if you want to target racetracks that have the high-end purse distribution, we have them all listed in alphabetical order. Or if you wanted to target the mid-range tracks or the smaller tracks, we have them all listed here. Again, every racetrack has a profile. So if you want to look at Keeneland's profile, it has about us, it has links to their stakes, it has links to different personnel with Keeneland, and all these racetracks will have a profile that will take you to their website to get you even more detailed information. We also have a section on OwnerView for owner profiles. So if you wanted to register with the website, you can do that. It's not required. It's not required to use the website to be registered. But if you'd like, you can do that and put up your own profile and tell other owners something about you. This profile came in last week, and we look at every one that goes up. And this gentleman, who we do not know, placed this profile up there. And let me just read this little blowout up here on the screen. These are my first two horses, and I've been fortunate that they are both winners, and one is a stakes winner. This was a bucket list item. I did not want to leave this earth without experiencing the thrill of ownership. I have loved horse racing since childhood, and I would have had great regret if I didn't give it a shot. Wow. I mean, how can you add anything to that? And I'm sure that's the sentiment many of you feel about being thoroughbred owners. We also have a section on OwnerView for the new owner or the prospective owner, and it's just listed under ownership. We have videos from owners talking about different aspects of ownership. We have a section called The Journey, where we have different stories and videos about thoroughbred ownership that you would find interesting. A section about why it's important to have a business plan, selecting your advisors, what are the different purchase options. So this is kind of the Ownership 101 section that we would recommend any new or prospective owner spend some time on. Licensing, boy, that's a great subject. You have to be licensed to be a thoroughbred owner. All the jurisdictions, have their policies. It'd be great if there was a national owner's license, but there just isn't. And so what we did with OwnerView is we listed every state in this section, and we have links to their owner license form. So if your trainer calls you up and says, hey, we're going to be running in Louisiana next week, you need to get licensed, come to the website, click on Louisiana. We have their owner license form listed there. And we also have a link to the National Racing Compact. That's a great service where you can be licensed in multiple states, and they'll help facilitate that. It's not a national license, but it's an organization that will help you get licensed in multiple states. State incentive programs. Gosh, all these states have these incentives to race and breed in their states. And how would you know what they are? Well, I didn't know what they were. So we went to all the states and said, help us out. Tell us what your state incentive programs are. So we built this table for every state that responded. This isn't information that we interpreted. These are their words. So whether Kentucky, Florida, New York, we have all their incentive programs here from a racehorse owner or a breeder, along with a detailed profile page that tells you even more about those incentive programs. And this would be the Kentucky bred for the Kentucky incentive program profile. National publications. Dan talked about the Blood Horse, great publication, highly recommended for everyone. I've been reading it since 1978. But there is a variety of publications, and you can't have too much information. We have a section here on OwnerView, covers national publications, covers regional publications, books, all sorts of information so you, the thoroughbred owner, knows what information from a publication standpoint is available to you. The role of the veterinarian, I mean, that's a mystery to a lot of new owners. So with the help of the AAEP, which is the veterinarian organization, the trade organization, we built this section to help you understand the role of the veterinarian. And this is pretty high-level stuff. They didn't give us a lot of granular things that would just be over my head. And it covers equine welfare 101, health considerations, typical racehorse injuries. You heard from Dr. Bramlage earlier today. Pre-race inspection. So a lot of different topics here that the AAEP provided to us for you to peruse and to learn more about the veterinarian's role with managing your thoroughbreds. Have a retirement plan for your thoroughbred. Gosh, we've heard about that from Aftercare, from the TAA, Thoroughbred Charities of America. We highly support that and recommend that everybody, every owner, spend some time on those websites and these websites, our website, learning more about this. We have, with the help of the Thoroughbred Charities of America and the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, every approved facility listed here state by state. So as a thoroughbred owner and you live in Minnesota and you're ready to retire a racehorse and you want to find out what facilities are approved in Minnesota, come to OwnerView, go to Minnesota, and there's a list of all the different facilities approved by the TCA and the TAA for Minnesota. Last year we added a section on advisors. We had a lot of people calling us saying, okay, you got a lot of information on this website, it's great, who do I talk to next? Well, TOBA, our partner with OwnerView, they had a list of advisors that are all TOBA members on a previous website, and we ported most of those men and women across to this section. They're not men and women that we say we're endorsing and say, talk to this one, not that one. It's just an alphabetical list of men and women who hold themselves out as advisors to owners, new owners, prospective owners, current owners. Recommend if you want to talk to somebody from this advisor list, they all have profiles. You can reach out to them and make use of this list. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about, on your iPads when you go home, we have a number of apps available to you. We did not preload these apps because if we had, you would never have an opportunity to update them because they would have been loaded with an ID from the Jockey Club. So when you click on this icon that's on the screen, or the previous screen, we've listed some of these recommended apps. The Equine Line Sales Catalog app, great app if you're going to be going to the sales and you want to use your iPad versus a sales catalog. Equine Line Mare Produce Record is a great app. Equibase is Today's Racing, America's Best Racing. These are all apps that you can, when you take your iPad home, you can download these, and most of them are free. And when you click on those icons, it'll take you directly to the iTunes store where you can download those apps and have them on your iPad. The Jockey Club naming app, Keeneland Race Day, Del Mar Thoroughbred Club has an app, NYRA has an app, and so does the Daily Racing Forum. So this is just a screen to help you download those apps when you take your iPads home. So does this game come with instructions? There's so much information made available to you. I mean, we've talked a little bit about Equine Line, Equibase, Blood Horse, TOBA, OwnerView. We hope that you find that these products and services and these websites are helpful, they're informational. I believe by the end of this, hopefully you feel that yes, there is some instruction now in how to become a thoroughbred owner and how to stay a thoroughbred owner. And what I'd like to ask all of you, if you could, just when you go home, spend some time on these websites. In your magazine, we have the names and the phone numbers of all the resources from all the different organizations we talked about. So if you have questions about Equibase or Equine Line or OwnerView, we have that in your conference magazine where you can call or email us if you have any questions. That just about wraps it up. I got 2 asks from all of you. The first ask is you have evaluation forms from the conference. Don't forget to fill those out. That will help us immensely in planning the next conference and getting your input, your feedback, your ideas about this conference. And second, should you decide to come next year, and we'll announce soon where the next conference, when and where the next conference will be held, bring somebody with you. I look at all of you, and it's just wonderful to see your faces. You're the pioneers for this first conference, and we thank you wholeheartedly for attending this first conference. So next year, bring somebody with you, a prospective owner, somebody in your circle of acquaintances, and we'll make this even bigger and better next year. Thank you. Okay.